Hi everybody, Don Giannatti, lighting-essentials.com and project52prosystem.com. And I just had a little thought today I thought I'd share with you about being deliberate. It's something that I talk a lot about in photography. And I heard an actor today talking about how some actors take the part and become the part, and other actors, like this gentleman, he lets the part come to him. In other words, he doesn't pretend to be somebody else. He envelops that subject, that persona, that character, so to speak. He develops that into him because it's going to be more authentic that way. And I thought, there's a lot of similarities between that thought and photography for me. I think that being very deliberate in photography means that you let the photographs come to you and through you as who you are, not someone else, not copying this person's style or that person's style or what have you, but actually doing it your way, making your shot with the material that's around you. It's a subtle distinction, but it's not a distinction without a difference, or a difference without a distinction. I'm not really sure how that goes, but it's not a distinction that makes any difference. You have to let that photograph come through you and out. And then it's your photograph, authentically you. I've loved that, always loved that part of Bagger Vance when they talk about the one true authentic swing. And I think there's a lot of truth in that. I think there's a lot of my philosophy of photography is tied up in that exclusive your thing. So when you're being deliberate and you put the camera up to your eye and you look through it, you ask yourself a question or two. Why am I making this photograph? What is the down the road goal of this photograph? Where is this photograph supposed to live? Sometimes the answer is, I don't know, looks good, so I'm taking it. I guess that's fine. I use it too. But often I find myself wondering before I'm shooting something, what am I going for? Recently I was up on 87 heading to Payson, and I pulled the motorcycle over, and I looked at this mountain of saguaro cactus. And it was early in the morning, pretty darn early actually. Sun was just over the horizon, just catching the sides of the saguaro on this south-facing mountain, and casting these long shadows. So you had these vertical highlights and these black shadows against the very sort of dark rock. And I wanted to make that photograph. And I asked myself, why am I making that photograph? What is it? And the answer was contrast, shapes, dimensions, and contrast. If I framed it just right, I might end up with something that didn't even look at first glance like the cactus and the light and the mountain and the shadows. It might look like something else, and then the person would have that sort of aha moment. Oh, it's cactus. I didn't get the shot. I got it up here, but I didn't get the shot. I needed a long lens, and I just didn't have a long lens with me. Longest I had was 85. I did a couple thinking I could crop them down, but the crop just didn't work. I really needed about a 200, maybe a 180, 200, something like that to get the shot. But I got it up here, and it's something that I'm thinking sometime in March I may go back, wait for the sun to come up and catch that shot, because I really do think that there's value there. But see, that's the shot coming to me, coming through me. That's not me just taking the shot and sticking it on Photoshop and making an okay picture. It has to be the right picture. But anyway, I thought I'd share this with you a little bit about being really deliberate with your photography, being deliberate with your design, your writing. When you talk to the finest craft people out there about what they do, they're so picky. They're so deliberate with everything they do. That's why I still use a light meter. It's why I still use fill cards and not shadow sliders. I'm picky about what I do, and maybe you are too. See you next time.